We're going to start by looking at where the design failures are, and then how to address it by working with the leverage points for healing the damage. These leverage points are places where you can most effectively make a change and then turn things around. These problems exist on a broad-scale basis, but you can also use the solutions in your own backyard. Nature is a powerful force. It grows abundance out of seemingly nothing. This is a bounty we've enjoyed since the beginning of time. Nature has a really strong will to survive. As you can see, it even penetrates concrete to reach the sun and flourish. It springs back even after we do our best to stop it. But is that will to survive sufficient? Humans use what nature offers. We modify it to fit our needs and wants. The way we go about it in many cases is to be at war with nature, to conquer her rather than work with her abundant energies. War is a word that best reflects our interactions, but in many cases this is not our intent. There are consequences to this for us as well as for nature. We're simply going about our business without the full understanding of the impact of our actions. So where are these holes in our understanding between what we believe we are doing and what's actually happening? Before we had machines and technology, we had to design for resilience to some degree. Machines have freed us, but also have caused us to lose touch with nature. Most of us don't know where our water comes from, or how healthy that supply is. And what's the state of our topsoil? How many people really understand this? It's important. It feeds us. Yet few of us need to pay attention to it. Because our complex society is compartmentalized, it's difficult to remain aware of what goes on below the surface, even with things like food and water that we all depend on, and how that relates to everything else. What we don't know can lead to less prediction, more errors, and open the door to sudden emergencies and dangers. And that became more real to some of us during the COVID supply chain disruptions, for instance. The modern world is generally not designing for resilience, though that's changing in some ways. But we generally design for convenience, efficiency, profit, and we're not nearly as resilient as we should be or could be as a result. So what's the solution? It's possible for any of us to understand not only where our water and food come from, but how to ensure it stays abundant and healthy. This is basic knowledge we think everybody should have. I'm going to share some examples of how we do things now to get our food and compare those to how we do it using permaculture. We all eat, we all like food, so let's take a look. We've been farming for 10,000 years, and it's evolved over time. We're growing more food now per acre than we've ever grown in history. The volume is staggering. Our farming methods need far less labor than any time in history. Food production is machine-driven. A wider variety of food is available to more people than ever before. That's great. We produce so much food, we're able to waste 40% of it in the US and still have enough to feed most of us. Quite an industry has grown up around factory farming that's highly profitable to multinational corporate farms and companies that provide external services such as pesticides, herbicides, fertilizer, equipment, machinery, seed, etc. What are the downsides of this?